Don't Link, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Computer Show. Hope you guys are doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 31st May 2025. Today we're doing a video that I love doing. I like doing this. Today's a bad ADHD day. So good ADHD day, I can control my thoughts and I'm like, okay, well, guess what? I know exactly what I'm trying to say. Bad ADHD day is my brain is foggy. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm saying. It's all fucking it's a bunch of gibberish, right? So today we're gonna be doing something that I love doing, which is recapping a story of a game. One of my favorite game is Majora's Mask, right? Which is a direct sequel. You're supposed to see the Majora's Mask, but you don't really see it. It's a direct sequel to Ocarina of Time. These are games that I played a lot. These were my favorite game as a kid. They're still my favorite game, but I gotta say, Elden Ring right now, the best game ever. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna recap the Zelda series even though I didn't play them for plus 10 years. I'm only gonna recap. Well, technically speaking, I could recap Minish Cap, but I don't remember that much about it. I'm gonna recap Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. It's gonna be a very quick recap. It's gonna be super fun, and it's gonna be about how much I can remember and how much I forgot. Kind of time you start with this guy called Link, and Link is a Kokiri. So Link is a Kokiri that lives under the influence of the Deku Tree. Link is being bullied because he doesn't have a fairy. He doesn't have a fairy because he's not a Kokiri. He's a Hylian. So Ganondorf. It's not really said why. Okay, so it's in the game it's not said, but there's this war. There's this war in Hyrule, right? And there's this war with people that betray the Hyrulean. Because the Hyrulean, they have the castle, they have the best place in the world. It's like, no, you don't deserve that. So they destroy it. So then they get Link's mom, who ends up hiding in the lost forest. So she tells she tells the Deku Tree, please take care of my child. She's like, okay, I'll treat him like mine. So Deku Tree has this mission for Link. Deku Tree is dying because he met with Ganondorf. Ganondorf was looking for one of the key, which is the Kokiri Emerald. The keys are what? The keys are three. Is the Goron Ruby, the Zora Sapphire, and the Deku, the Kokiri Emerald. No, sorry. Yeah, the Kokiri Emerald. I'm saying Deku because Kokiri dies after that. So then it's super funny. Uh, there's also not gonna be theory. Like for example, I'm not gonna tell you that Link is dead or the Stone Temple theory. I love these, but this is not the plot here. So then Ganon killed the Deku Tree. The Deku Tree's like, yo, I gotta tell you something, Link. You're not a Kokiri, you're alien. So you didn't have a fairy. You have to tell the castle. You have to tell King. I don't remember his name. The King of Hyrule to be careful with Ganon. So Link goes in. He goes out to find the castle of Hyrule, and then the king doesn't. He doesn't see the king, but he sees Zelda. And it's like Zelda. She said, like it's too late. Ganon. I don't like Ganon, but he's already signing a peace treaty with my father. It's like fuck. What am I supposed to do? So then she said, I know what to do. The Triforce will be the way forward. The Triforce is the three goddesses, Nairu, Din, and I don't remember the last one. But they're basically the one that create the earth, right? And when they create the earth, they create the Triforce. And they said, if your heart is pure, you'll have a wish, right? And if your wish is good, you'll save the world. If your wish is not good, you'll destroy the planet. All right. And then you go help the Goron. The Goron, they lost access to the cavern. The Goron cavern. Reason as to why it's blocked. So because you unblock it, you're able to. So the Goron, they're eating rocks, and they had this cavern they cannot eat. Like, okay, well, if you help me, I'll save you. So then when you go there, you realize that it's infested with Dodongos, infected with Dodongos. So you end up killing the Dodongos. Then you have the Goron Ruby, right? You meet with I don't remember his name. Fuck, it's been too long. The king of the Goron. What's his name? He had a cool name too. Uh, tum 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 tum. No, I don't remember. I'm sorry. It's gonna come back to me when I'm not making this video for sure. So then next is the Zora, and the Zora we go in. They have the Sapphire. We realize that the Zora they're very noble. They don't believe in Link. So he ends up my daughter is missing. If you can find my daughter, I'll listen to you. So we realize that the daughter is I don't remember her name either. Um, Oh, that sucks, bro. I used to know them by heart. That's the same. That's the shittiest thing when you're a gamer. Like fuck. We'll make another video about that. We'll make another video about that, which is insane. So then the daughter, she comes in and they have this god they worship. The god is Jabu Jabu, which is a giant fish. And Jabu Jabu's like, yo, he's sick. So the daughter, she comes in and she's like, yo, we have to save him. We have to save him. We have to save him. And if you save him, I'll marry you and I'll give you the Zelda Sapphire, the Zora Sapphire. And he's like, okay. They save the fish, get the sapphire. Then he goes like to the castle, and then he see that Ganon has betrayed him, and he's taking over. And Zelda, she's fleeing, but she gives Link the Ocarina of Time. Because he has the Ocarina of Time, he's able to open up the palace with the tree stone, and then he's able to get the Master Sword. As a result of the plot, Ganondorf was waiting behind, and he gets the Master Sword. He gets the Triforce. The Triforce see Ganon, they don't treat him, they don't think he's good enough, right? So then he's like, yo, you're not good enough. The Triforce separates into three pieces. The Triforce of Force goes to Ganondorf because all they care about is Force. The Triforce of Courage goes to Zelda, to Link, because he's so courageous. And the Triforce of Wisdom goes to Zelda because she's the smartest. However, there's another reason for that, right? So Ganon is a descendant of a demon, which is the demon is I don't remember his name. Fuck. Link is a hero, and Zelda is a descendant of the goddess. The goddess. I don't remember his name. That's bad, bro. That's bad. I forgot everything, bro. So then, basically, what happened is because Ganon had the power, the Triforce of Power, he becomes super powerful. So then, one of the sage comes back and he traps Link to protect him in the Temple of Light. And then he says, "What happened to Ganon is terrible. We can't defeat him. We can't defeat him. We have is we can open up. We need the six sages to beat him. So then." It goes on for the search of the six sages. However, it's not the six sages. The first sage is actually someone you met. It's actually someone is the Howl, like that been guiding you all the way from a child. It's like, yo, if we're gonna get the six sages, we can open up the Temple of Light and we can trap Ganon here, right? So goes on for the hunt. The first person you meet is Sheik. So Link goes out into Hyrule 7 years later, right? The Long Long Ranch, which is a place that we love, is now being corrupted, and the only person that you ever loved, which was what was her name? Talon. That I remember. Talon is now working for Igor. Igor was jealous, and Igor was like, yo, I deserve this rent. This rent is as much as mine as it is the other guy. And it's so funny. It's so funny because if you look at those two, Talon, I don't remember the name of the father, and Igor, they look like Mario and Luigi. They do, which I love. So then they go in and they're like, "Yo, Igor, he betrays." He tells Ganon, "I'm gonna give you the best horse," right? So then you beat Igor, you get Epona. So then you meet Sheik. Sheik, who is a Sheikah warrior, which is a group of people that help the royal family since day one. And Sheik is like, yo, I'm gonna help you, but you have to help me in return. I can only go back to being a child. So by placing the sword back, you can become a child again. And this is before the temple was open. Ganon is not strong, right? Or you can take out the sword and become an adult and then defeat Ganon. The first you save is Saria, your best friend as a Kokiri. She tells you, hey, the forest is dying, but at least you're good. The best thing is the people that used to bully Link, for them, regrets. So there's a kid called Miku, and Miku's like, yo, I regret bullying Link, and I don't know what he became. He became the guy who's in front of you. So that's actually funny. The second is, I think I don't know his name, but it's the hero that you met with the Goron. Him, all the Gorons are entrapped, and there's, oh my god, it's so funny. The Forest Temple, which used to be, there's not a lot of story about the Forest Temple. The boss is Ghost Ganon. The second one, all the Gorons are now entrapped, and the Gorons being entrapped equate to whatchamacallit. They being eaten, so you have to help them. And the guy has a son, and he names his son Link, which is super cute. The third one is the Zora. Once again, the Princess of the Zora. They're dealing with the water is all ice up. There's something that's going on, and the water is all ice. This is where you meet Darkling, by the way, which is super cool. The fourth one is Impa, which is the person that helped Zelda the most. She was a Sheikah that trained Zelda. Sheik is Zelda. Then this fifth one, which is the last one, because the Temple of Life gives you one of the seven stages. Is a girl called, I don't remember her name, but she's a Gerudo. So what happened is, this is really cool because this is the most information. We learn more about Ganon. Ganon was the king only because he's a male. But not every Gerudo like him because what he does is he bring war, and he's bringing a lot of trouble. It's like, yo, he doesn't mind about us. He just wants power. Like we could all die, he wouldn't care, and he has this dark aura. So then you realize that the real villain is not Ganon, but the Kiyume and Kotaku. Kotaku and Kiyume are they're kind of witches that tells Ganon will help you get to the power. They're doing some dark ritual on him. They transform him into like a super good warrior, but they're witches, and you fight them. So then you got your fifth stage. At the end, you beat Ganon. Ganon revealed his real form, which is Ganon. Ganondorf revealed his real form, which is Ganon. And he says, "I was trapping you." He trapped Zelda, and you have to fight him. It's a really good fight. Then to save Hyrule, what you do is you have the six sages open up the Temple of Light, trapping Ganon in, and then she tells you, Link, put the sword and the pedestal. Put the Master Sword back so you trapped him. And as long as nobody gets a Master Sword, he will stay trapped. Now the Master Sword only answered to Link, which is the cool part. And that is the story of Ocarina of Time. Story of Majora's Mask. Link having to seal the sword, come back to being his children. Link's regained the memory. He retained the memories of everything that happened. Nobody believed him that he did this, he did that. So then, nobody believes him, he becomes kind of depressed, right? So only one person believes him, and it's Navi. Navi, however, is a fairy. A fairy, okay, I have to stop here, and I have to start the tournament for the tower. I'll be right back. Because we're playing this game called the Tower, and there's a tournament tonight, and I want to do it. So, because he lost Navi. Navi is a fairy. A fairy will only help you until your mission is done. When the mission is done, she'll leave. She'll die. So the implication is she'll die. So then Link goes back to the Lost Forest. The Lost Forest is a dangerous place. If people that are not Kokiri or Spirit Forest goes in, they'll die. So Link goes to look for Navi, and after 3 days he dies. But he doesn't die. He goes to a place called Termina. They follow this cool kid who has a Majora's Mask, which is a villain. So Majora's Mask is what? Majora's Mask is an artifact that has power. Similar to the Triforce, but worse. So it goes in and it's like, yo, I steal your Ocarina of Time. And Ocarina of Time is important because this is a gift from Zelda. So Link loves Zelda. So it's like, yo, I'm going to get my Ocarina back. So he follows the school kid, and the school kid descend into a place called Termina. Now, the fun thing about Termina is it's in the Lost Forest. Lost Forest is kind of like a mystical place, but it's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland. So you end up in a world called Termina. And in Termina, you see those people that you saw in Hyrule. It's a really weird place. Termina has a story that the moon will fall in 3 days, right? So you follow, the moon will fall in 3 days, and because it would fall in 3 days, the world will be destroyed. Link also, you have to save the world. So the first time you play the game, you cannot do much. Until the third day where you see a place where School Kid comes in. And School Kid is the one that's bringing the moon down. It's technically not School Kid. School Kid is being possessed by Majora's Mask, which is a dark entity that was created by the Tweely, which is another thing completely. So then what ended up happening is, So you are being bullied by School Kid and two fairies. So School Kid was a imp that used to play with the four giants. The four giants are what? The four giants are gods that are protecting the lands of Termina. Because people were asking the giants, help me, help me, help me. And the giants were like, fuck you, I'm not going to help, we're going to leave. If you really need us, call us. But apart from that, you don't get to call us. So then School Kid used to be their friend, right? And the problem was School Kid was making a lot of pranks because he was feeling alone. And because of that, people were asking the giants, take care of School Kid. So they leave, right? So School Kid felt very lost, very alone. And he found some fairies, which are I don't remember the name. Estelle, and the other one is I don't remember. Um, but then Tell, who's also a victim, say, "Hey, there's a way to stop him. There's a way to stop him. Get the four giants, and then they'll stop him." So then Link fights and he drops the Ocarina of Time. We see a song which is the Song of Time, and because of the Song of Time, you can rewind the time. So every single 3 days, the world gets destroyed, but you can rewind time to the first day, to when Link arrived in Termina. If he arrived a week earlier, he would have a week, but he arrived 3 days before the disaster. So then you have to go to get the four giants. The first one is the Deku, right? The Deku. This is a theory of Link is dead. I'm not gonna cover that. I'm not gonna cover that because it's so long, and I did it already, so I don't want to do things again. So Link goes in, and the Deku, which I like the Deku as a race, right? Oh my god, how can I forget this? Link follows School Kid, and School Kid's like, I don't like you. You're a hero. You could stop me. So he transformed Link into a Deku, and the Deku is like, yo, oh my god, I forgot so much. Yo, I can't do much. So then you meet the mask salesman, and the mask salesman's like, yo, if you get my mask back, which is the Majora's Mask, I'll help you become human again. And he says the very famous phrase of, you might not sure will fate, haven't you? So Link goes back, and he's like, okay, well, I need to stop him. And the mask salesman help him, and he becomes human again. And then because you're Deku, they help you. You learn the story. So the Deku king had a daughter, which is the Deku princess, and they're very not sick per se, but they're not doing well. The water of the Deku. The Deku are a race that replace the Kokiri, but the Deku are a race of plants. They're plants. They're plants and trees. So then the water, because of the imp, became the craziest thing is the school kid is a school kid, but they're very akin to they're very akin to fuck dude, it's been so long I forgot everything. Akin to Deku. And the funny thing is, the school kid was possibly the kid that got lost into the lost forest and became a school kid. And if you go there as a stealth, you become a skeleton, you become like a bad guy. So the school kid wants to play prank. He used to play with the Deku. The Deku's like, don't fuck you. So the Deku, what he does is he poisons the swamp. And because they put in the swamp, he's like, oh my god, what's going on? So the princess like, well, if the swamp is poisoned, I have to save it. So she goes to the temple, and she goes to the temple and to save the world. But then she gets trapped. She gets trapped because she's not strong. So then the king has the monkeys that are friends that are helping the princess. This is your fault. So the the Deku King is very angry. You end up saving her. You end up saving a mask. You realize that every single giant was kind of corrupted, and if you can kill the temple, you'll save the giants. So basically, what happened is, you remember when I told you there was four giants? With the Majora's Mask, there's four things. So there's the Deku, kind of like this similar to Ocarina of Time. The Deku, which are at the south, the Zora, which are at the north, the Ivanka, which is at the Ivanka, they're special. They're skeleton because they can't die. They're cursed. And then there's the Goron. So the kind of the giant that took over for the Deku, he was corrupted. So he tells Link, please help our friend. So then you save him. Then the next on the list is the Goron. The Gorons, once again, they have this. The name I was looking for was Darmani. Darmani. Um, they have this. It's so fucking stupid. The Gorons, they go back, and the Gorons live usually in volcano. So the Deku Tree like, okay, well, do you like heat? I'll bring you cold. So he puts them in a place that's super super cold. After that, the Gorons are either frozen up or they're sleeping. And they said my only way forward is through Darmani, right? So you end up going to save them, and it's super fucking funny. It's super fucking funny because uh, you have this. The whole reason as to why the place was frozen is because one of the Goron was like, yo, he was blowing some cold hair, because he was controlled by this Kukin. So you save the Goron becomes spring again. The Gorons are safe. They have this race. It's really fun. Got the Zora. The Zora, they changed the quality of the water. So the Zora are affected and can no longer swim. Other Zoras are a fish people. So the Zora, when they cannot swim, they cannot survive. So then what happened is, and this one is very special. This one is very, very special. There is the Zora, which are descendants. So for the Deku is complex. Deku, there's no special people. Darmani is the descendant of a very powerful Goron. So he has like the blood of a warrior. The Zora, we have Miko, who has the same thing, but also Luna. Luna is kind of the priestess. So because this parrot stole her eggs, she cannot sing, she cannot do prayers. Um, then then because she stole it, you go into the temple. The temple, you find Gorg, you save the giants. You save the giants 3 times now. So there's like, yo, our friend, it's not him. It's not his fault. Forgive him. And then you have the event cat. Now, if you're good enough, you go into the Termina, you listen to every single problem. Now, the coolest thing with that is because it's always the same 4 days, the same 3 days, you can save some people one time, another time you can save some other people. Got the Ivenka. So the Ivenka is the most interesting. The Ivenka, they come in. The Ivenka are a race of, I don't know what they were because they're all dead. They're all skeletons. And their goal was to fight wars, right? And they used to fight every single war. There's a lot of theories that the next war that they had was the, oh my god. So what they're saying is, and this is, I know I hit no theory, but I'll do it really, really quickly because it's just so good. They were fighting against everybody, and then they decided to fight against Hyrule. So they created this Tower of Babel to go there, and then the goddess Ilya, which is the one in front of Zelda, descendant of Ilya, she shoots an arrow of light, and then the Tower of Babel turned upside down, which reaches hell, which reaches the Majora's Mask. This is how they got it. So then they went to war and they self-destruct. They did so many wars that they self-destruct. So then it's a castle that never learned peace. So then you go in, you meet death, you meet a lot of people, you kill the 4 giants, you come back, and then you sing a song to summon them. So then the school kid, what you have to do is you have to wait until the 3rd day, until the moon is there. Then you summon the 4 giants, and the 4 giants hold the moon up, right? And then the Majora's Mask does, school kid does so much effort to destroy the world that he faints. Then the Majora Mask is there. Majora Mask is controlling the moon. It's like, yo, come and fight with me. So he goes into the moon, and then you fight him. And then when you save him, you got the 4 days, and everything that you did is there. So you can help people marry, you can help people find peace, you can find a guy who was obsessed with work, be chill about work. It's a really good story, and this is how it ends. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our Zelda recap. Love you guys. That was complex. Take it easy. Peace.